You say she's missing, and I'll tell you you're wrong, Fiji boy.
Alright, headphones right there. Bula! Yes, that's what they say in the Fijian Islands. I am Greg, your first mate. Bill, the engineer, is here as well.
Yeah, bully to you too. Bully.
What? No, Bula.
Yeah, bully.
Bula, my friends! And
Yeah,
they wave to everybody in the Fijian Islands. All the islanders there, they're very friendly. It's like the ultimate form of southern hospitality, what we have in the States, except it's nationwide in the islands of Fiji.
You sure it's not just misdirection?
Like they're waving.
Look at my waving hand and you won't see me leveling the pistol at you?
No, that's not how they operate.
Okay.
They're all about the love.
Spear gun?
Yeah.
They throw ground up roots at you?
No, they don't.
Here, have some kava. You jerks.
Did I tell
Get the hell out of here.
Did I tell you what I was going to bring into the studio today as a souvenir to show you just for the show and then take back and give to my kids?
Fiji girl?
A Fijian girl, yes.
No.
By the way, I saw your son this weekend. Holy cow.
Yeah. Impressive, isn't he?
Well, I don't know what that's meant to say. But I remember when he was
in the restroom
when he was little Max, and now he's a young man.
Yes, he is. But yeah.
Not good at basketball, though.
I was going to bring the souvenirs I brought back for my kids for you to.
He may have appreciated a Fiji girl. That's why I mentioned it.
Well, okay. And, yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But I also brought him a brain fork.
A brain?
You know, cannibalism was very popular in the
brain
Fijian
fork.
Islands back in the day.
I thought it was what you thought it was.
And you bring those every week.
But this is what they use to eat the brains of their victims, but I forgot it. So next week I'll bring it for you, Bill, and Patrick, for you guys to have a souvenir for at least 2 hours.
How nice.
And then I will take it back and give it back to my kids.
Okay, but wait a minute. This is a fork, right?
It's a brain fork, yeah.
Brains!
But it's a fork.
Yes.
It is a fork.
Fork you.
Hey!
I've seen forks.
He does make a strong argument. Yeah. Is it at least like a spork?
Actually, it kind of is. It has 4 prongs on it as opposed to a...
Oh, a standard 3-time fork. This is going to be very different.
It's like this. It's like a square, like 4 points of a square.
Oh, okay.
So it's like that. That's how they make their brain forks.
Right.
And they're just big, long wooden thing, and that has all kinds of designs on it and stuff. And
you have to work on your hand gestures, by the way.
Yeah.
When I say something's long, I definitely go more than about 4.5 inches.
Okay. But yeah, it is. That's what you get when you're in Fiji. A souvenir. You go to the handicraft area and you get a brain fork or like a hatchet. And,
it's going to be like this all show. All show.
Head whacker.
Wow. Yes. Okay.
The thing that they use to whack you or cut the.
Is it Maxwell's silver hammer?
And then get access to the brain.
It was the original.
Brains!
And then you pull out the fork and go to town.
So it was the original whacker.
Yes.
It was, yeah, in a way, yeah, I guess it was, in a way, sure. Now, you know, when we went around, we went to 4 different areas in Fiji. There was little boating and diving, and
everywhere the brain forks are the same.
No, they're different designs.
Okay.
You know, if you're the chief of the village, you would have a bigger brain fork.
Nice.
I guess you want to eat more brains.
Brains!
And but I asked, we had 4 people in our little crew that we were traveling with, and the first question I have for each Fijian villager that we meet.
Which brain would you eat first?
Yeah, well, which person are you going to eat first if we get into that situation where we find ourselves stranded? Just like we've had that little discussion here at the World of Boating, if we ever got stranded on a vessel, who's the first person to get eaten? And every single time...
I'm going with Patrick, because I know he has the best diet.
Well,
and if we're gonna have to fight for food later on, I'd rather fight with you than him.
Well, Patrick wasn't with our group there in Fiji, but you know Scott. You know Single Scott.
Yes.
Single Scott was the person they picked every single time.
And
Didn't
here's
matter
why.
who you talk to.
Easiest access to the brain. He's a bald man.
Okay.
You don't have to. You don't have to worry about the hair.
Mister.
Well, I'm just saying. I would still go after Scott.
I didn't think.
And I'd go after our guest in the studio today. And I'd go after Captain Patrick. So still in all, I'm third.
Okay. I told all my friends to listen to the show. Now I'm kind of regretting that decision.
What the hell did I walk into today? I didn't know I was going to have my brain eaten on the world of voting.
Hey.
You know, these are the kind of things we cover here on this worldly type show, usually devoted to the voting lifestyle. By the way, welcome. And thanks
for having me.
And just for the record, the fact that you're follically challenged, I do not believe that will make you more of a candidate to be eaten first in Fiji, because what they told me, the reason they kind of pointed to Scott every time is that he was slightly older than the rest of the folks in the group, and evidently, I will have no wine before it's time. I guess that applies to human flesh.
So I'm not as lucky as I thought I was.
So they don't have to pound it.
Yeah. Well,
that could be what it is.
Speaking of pounding it.
Oh dear.
I also have the other souvenir that I brought back.
I apologize, John, to you and your friends.
Fiji, but
setting him up.
And I forgot to bring
Allie?
it today too.
Yeah. Oh, you forgot to bring that in.
I forgot to bring in the whacker spoon. Now that wasn't for Fiji. That was from our buddy Bob Evans. And
well, I will let you know that Bob Evans handcrafted a whacker spoon for me, which is probably the same cast aluminum.
Yeah.
For my 40th birthday. We went to the Caymans for my 40th birthday.
You mean you got one before I did?
This may be the only thing even loosely related to the world of boating or diving that I've done before you.
I remember that, because I didn't get it, and I just
quite possibly. Yeah. But Bob gave me a whacker spoon, and it is a prized part of our kitchen arsenal.
Yes, it's
cast aluminum. It's
Is
fantastic.
yours autographed?
I will pass it down from absolutely.
Yeah.
Autographed to me.
Yeah, he did that for me too. And so I guess.
Only 6 years later. Yeah. But moving on.
But basically,
it's great for garlic.
Yeah, you use this to tenderize your meat.
You should have done a trade with the Fijians.
Well, I took it to Fiji. I had it with me in Fiji just in case Scott were to get eaten and he was a little tough.
Here, I've got something to help you.
Yes.
Don't eat me. I'm giving you a hand here.
Oh yes, Patrick.
All I can say is, Tony and Angela were not going to be picked to be the first one to go. So it was going to be awesome.
Why? Why wouldn't they be?
There are other applications.
Oh,
yes.
Other uses.
Yes.
Oh, so that's what you're thinking too.
Perhaps consuming them first wasn't what they might have decided to do.
Oh, okay. I never thought about that. Maybe you might have.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Well,
it could be.
Maybe this is why I don't get to go.
Too much carbon.
It's the first thing I thought of. And you never thought of it. You were with them for 3 weeks.
Then why would I be above Scott then?
In terms of?
Are you saying I look pretty good in those jeans, or when I put on my Sulu, I was a little bit more attractive than Scott was? Sulu being a dress, by the way, that you wear in Fiji, wrap kind of thing.
I think it has to do with the translucent skin, and we can actually see what we're getting underneath.
Yes.
That liver looked good.
Yeah, they said I was glowing. That I was kind of like a, I don't know.
You'd recently had that chemical peel done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, obviously.
And you have the nice burl-eyed facial hair.
It was an amazing adventure in Fiji, and I gotta say, from a boating perspective, because I will bring it back to boats, believe it or not.
Nice work.
Slowly but surely.